What's up, guys? Kyle Merlet here from Vanishing Ink Magic. I'm here with my fellow Vanishing Ink Magic member, Andy Gladwin, and we are here to talk about a brand new effect called Shuffle by Jos Denys. And
Yes.
this is a trick that has been fooling everybody. It's been blowing minds from everybody who watches it. If you haven't seen the trailer, you should probably pause this and go watch the trailer because it will fool you. There's a 100% full, uncut, unedited, nothing has been happened to this performance, a full performance. And also for masters of magicians, you had West and Luke Germain, and you were performing for a lot of big names right there, and it fooled them. So first of all, give us kind of a rundown of what the effect is and what people are receiving with the DVD that they get.
So it's a card at number. Not any card at any number, but a predicted card at a number. So you have two envelopes, as you've seen in the trailer. Two envelopes, put them aside. The deck is shuffled by a spectator. You don't change the order of the cards from that point. That's very important. You spread through to check out the deck, make sure it's normal, that there are no duplicates or anything like that. You square up, you put the cards in the box, and the spectator holds onto them, again, so that you can't manipulate them. And at this point, you should really build it up. I don't really build it up enough in the trailer because there's a difference between performing a trick and recording a magic trailer. So I make it quite quick and punchy, but I think you would build it up a lot more than this, as I do when I perform it live. Now you reveal your predictions. You can't manipulate the deck because it's held by the spectator inside the card box. And the predictions, I think in the trailer, if I remember right, it was the number 19 and the card, the 7 of hearts. And now you count down. A spectator could theoretically count down. They could remove the cards from the box themselves and count down. The 19th card is the predicted card, the 7 of hearts.
Great. So it's somewhat of a miracle. It's impossible conditions. So a lot of the questions that people have, we've already answered on the Magic Cafe and stuff. So if you are not a member or you are and you haven't looked, go look on there because we've answered a lot. But I'm going to recap some of those. And just to clarify, because it's been fooling so many people so badly that some people just don't believe the answers we're giving them are correct. But just to confirm everything, so first of all, it's a genuine shuffled deck. I believe you don't even get a deck, right?
No, we don't provide a deck because you don't need one. It's any deck. And the cool part is that the deck is not gimmicked as such. So you can use the deck in performance for as much as you like. It's a perfectly normal deck, and it could be examined even by a fellow magician. Could take that deck and look at every single card, and I'm confident they wouldn't notice any work in the deck. So you do what I typically do, perform a few routines with the deck, and then you go ahead and you get into shuffled as your big closer. So yeah, we don't provide a deck because it works with absolutely any deck.
Which is good because therefore you can use any color, any brand of specialty deck if you want. And also what's nice about this, because it is a genuine shuffled deck, even if you do memorize work or stack work, you can do all that before, and then when you hand it to the spectator to generally shuffle, they're destroying your stack, but it's your finale trick anyway.
Exactly.
So I'm trying to think of so it's genuine shuffled. The numbers and is like a real number, right?
Yeah, so there's not like a load of outs. I think the key thing that people are expecting when they're trying to look for the method is, well, what are the other outs? You see that I offer Luke and Morgan and West and Chris Rawlins £20 if they can find any duplicate cards in the deck or anything like that, and people then expect that £20 to be used as an out. That's just a presentational hook. You don't need to have that money or that bill. So there are no other outs. You're not like, worst case scenario, you're turning it over,
or it's in your shoe, and
yeah, exactly. There's no index. You don't have 52 cards on you or anything like that. So actually, the performance that I gave there is one of the worst. I'm not going to say outs, but one of the worst situations, because there are some where you don't even need to put the cards in the box, which is a little bit of a hint towards the method there. But often, what happens is you can just square up the deck. You don't even need to touch the deck. The spectator can do it, and they can count down. But actually, I like putting the cards in the deck because I think it adds that additional presentational hook.
Sure.
So that's important. A big question that I get a lot is, I did it with the 7 of hearts on the trailer, but can you use any card? And yeah, you can decide what card ahead of your performance, and that card is the one that's going to be the any card at any number.
Great.
Well, not so much any card, but the card at number. And the other thing we should talk about is the second version, because there are two versions here. Okay. The other version uses a gimmick deck. a fully gimmicked deck. It's a marked deck, I can tell you that much, I guess. Which, if you're using a Dapper deck, perfect. You know, the Vanishing deck is secretly marked. And that does allow you to do a thought of card at predicted number trick. So that's a little closer to the holy grail of the any card at any number.
Right.
And it's just as clean.
I think the other main question I want to know is, because I don't think we've discussed it, is what is the difficulty of performing? Like, is there a lot of sleight of hand involved? Do I need to know how to do a side still pass thing, or like what do I need to know?
Yeah, as long as you can do a Pharaoh, an anti-Pharaoh, a Zero, and an 8th deal, you're fine. I'm joking. There are no sleights in this routine, which is what blew my mind when I first saw Jos perform this. Now, there's a phrase always used in Magic, self-working. It's not self-working by any means, but there's no sleights. So that kind of creates a problem of what makes
it.
Yeah. So there's some mental work going on, but I'm not talking about crazy mathematics or anything like that. In fact, I stray away from any trick that uses lots of maths just because I have that face as I'm like counting or whatever or adding up. So there's not crazy mathematics, but there is something going on in your head during the trick.
Got it. Okay.
And it's nothing that would concern anybody. And the fact that I perform this constantly live, and if you've seen me at a Magic convention in the last year and you've hung out with me, there's a good chance I've shown you this trick. So I perform it all the time. It's reliable, it's consistent, there are no weird outs, there are no weird gimmicks, it's not difficult, there's no sleights. In my mind, it's the perfect card trick.
Great. Well, I think we've answered pretty much every question that I can think of, at least. So people should go out, check out Shuffled. If it fooled you, just pick it up, because the method is going to fool you and you're going to love it. And you get everything.
One thing I'll say is there's typically this thought with tricks, especially like this, is that there's always a compromise, right? So the thing when people are grilling for methods on Magic forums and on Facebook and stuff is often what they're trying to do is find what the compromise is. Well, what don't we see? What's compromising about this trick that therefore the method is not as good as we hoped for it or whatever. And there is no compromise. It looks exactly as it is. It's as clean as it is, and there's nothing that you're going to look at and be disappointed about. I think it's just a clever combination of really smart methods.
Great. Awesome. Well, thanks, Andy, for telling us all this stuff, and people can go check out Shuffled.
Yeah, it's by Jos Denys. He's phenomenal, so check out the trailer.